What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Today we've got the 2019 MacBook Air and we're going to be taking a look at this device in 2024. Now I know you're wondering why am I reviewing a 2019 device in 2024, but believe it or not, this machine still has a lot to deliver, especially if you're on a budget. So let's dive in and let's take a look at the device. First up, let's look at the design. Now these devices come in three colors. We've got the silver here actually. They come in the space gray and gold. The finish or the material that was used on this device is a machined aluminum. So they're very solid and very durable. As you can see, this is a 2019 machine. If you take care of them, they still look nice. This one just has a small dent from a drop, but besides that, the device still looks good. It only weighs in at 1.25 kgs, so you can actually lift it with one hand, hold it with one hand. If you're throwing it into a backpack, you barely feel the weight of this thing, and it's even smaller with a width of 30.41 centimeters, so just slightly longer than your average 30 centimeter ruler. That's very compact, that's very small, and that's why as well it's called the MacBook Air, because it's the lightest and the smallest within the range. Moving on to the display of this device, this features a 13-inch Retina display. This display has a 2560 by 1600 resolution with 227 pixels per inch. This is very crisp in my experience, and with the time that I've spent with the device, visuals are really good. It does have a little bit of a glare if you're working outdoors and all that. It does get really bright as well, but you will still experience a bit of glare if you're sitting outside because the display is very reflective. Now let's talk about the performance of this device. This device has an Intel i5 processor with clock speeds of 1.6 gigahertz and capable of a turbo boost of 3.6 gigahertz. Now for those of you who don't understand the technical jargon, what this basically translates to is good performance when it comes to things like word processing, document viewing, your web browsing, all the basic tasks that you can think of when it comes to your basic needs for a computer, watching videos, listening to music. This computer can do it without a doubt. It's not the fastest machine, but it's not slow as well. Performance is still really good here. This processor is paired with 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, not the fastest as well, but still very capable today. You can actually get this computer with up to 16 gigs of RAM. When this was released, you could configure the laptop to either come with 8 gig or 16 gigs of RAM, but nowadays, because you most likely get these on the used market, if you want one with 16 gigabytes, you have to specifically buy that from the refurbished market and all that. In terms of storage, this computer came with 128, 256, 5 gigabytes, or the largest storage, which is a 1 terabyte. Now, depending on your needs, if you're someone who's going to be storing large files, or maybe if you're into content creation and all that, you might need something with 512 or 1 terabyte. 1 terabyte is what I would recommend if that's what you're into. But basically if you're not storing large documents, or if you're not storing large files, then a 128 or 256 should be adequate with this machine. In terms of battery, this computer came with a 49.9 watt hour, and Apple claimed about 30 hours of standby time and 12 hours of web wireless, I believe, which is basic web browsing and all that, 12 hours. And because this is not so new and you won't be buying it new, I believe you might be getting somewhere around 8-10 hours, depending on how good the battery still is. You might be getting somewhere around that time. Personally, I think I have been getting somewhere around 8 hours or something like that. I haven't been using this as my main laptop, but I've been getting decent battery life from this machine, and I can safely say I have been pushing around 8 hours. I was checking this yesterday. I did push somewhere around 8 hours, and the battery does last long. If you're not doing any intensive tasks, the battery does last long. You'll be very happy with this. You can take it out if you're going to be working in a cafe and maybe you happen to forget your charger, or you don't want to carry your charger. You can easily get around 8 hours with things like word processing, document processing, web browsing, and all that. Even watching some YouTube videos, this will last you a very, very long time. The battery doesn't die very quickly. Now let's talk about the other features and other things on this MacBook Air. Now, one thing that you get on this MacBook is, I just want to lock this so that I can actually show you. So you actually get a fingerprint scanner on the power button. So this makes it very quick to jump back into your profile. As you can see there, I'm going to lock it again from the lock screen, or even I'm just going to close the lid there, reopen it, back onto the lock screen, fingerprint scanner, back into the system. That's how quick this fingerprint scanner is. That's how good the performance still is on this machine. Now it also features stereo speakers. So these are facing upward and they're on the side of the MacBook right here, as you can see, and they are really good. The highs are really, really high. The lows are really low. They are very bassy in my experience with the device. I'm just going to jump into YouTube here, and I'm just going to play something for you guys.
And the Singapore Grand Prix is underway. Good reaction time for Lando Norris, who will hold the lead down to the 90 meters to turn.
And that is how loud these speakers are. They get really loud. They've got nice bass. If you're watching a movie or if you're listening to music, these are really good. These speakers also support Dolby Atmos. So if you're playing something or a movie or something that's got support for Dolby Atmos, these speakers can do this, and they are really, really good. The camera as well is a 720p HD camera, which in terms of software, this machine is running macOS Sonoma. So unfortunately, this is not going to be running the latest macOS Sequoia, but that's not really anything bad necessarily, unless if you're someone who needs the latest and greatest. But like I said, if you're on a budget, this is one of the best MacBooks you can get, although it's on the lower spectrum considering they're the M1s and M2s. But this is still a very good budget laptop. Runs macOS Sonoma. Recently got the latest version of macOS Sonoma. I did an update on it, and it still runs very good, very well. The operating system is still good. You get some of the latest features. Everything is here, and the laptop really, really is still good. Now, if you are a parent, maybe looking for a laptop for your child to use, and your budget is a bit tight, this is one of the laptops you can get for them. If you're someone who's just going to be doing light word processing, light document processing, viewing your PDF documents, watching some YouTube videos, as you can see, the laptop is very good. Performance is really, really good. Opening apps is not so difficult. You open an app, you're going to wait a few seconds, and bam, the app is open. You won't feel like the laptop is very slow. This is, again, an Apple product, and in my opinion, Apple products are really good and still perform very well. They last long. This machine is still very, very good. Still looks very good, still in a good condition. If you take care of them, you are going to be very happy with the laptop. Another thing that you're going to have to deal with is the input and the output on this device. Now, this device, as you can see, features only 2 USB-C ports. Now these will support you if you need to connect to external device. These are Thunderbolt 4, I believe, USB-C 4, and they support Thunderbolt 4. This is where you charge your laptop from. So if you're going to be connecting external devices, external drives, you're definitely going to need a dongle which can connect via HDMI or even VGA with whatever input you're using on your display. You're going to have to get a dongle, and it still features a headphone jack, which is still pretty standard on most laptops if you're going to be using wired headsets. But this also has Bluetooth, also has Wi-Fi 6, and is still a very capable device. Looking at pricing now, I tried to check the website on the Apple USA. I couldn't get a price. They don't sell it anymore on the pre-owned Apple iStore. On the pre-owned iStore, you don't get it. I couldn't find a price for it. But if you are on the South African iStore website, you're going to be getting this at around 8,500 Rand. And this is not a bad price. This is a good price. And I know for this price you can get newer Windows laptops. I don't think you're getting a MacBook at this price. So this is why I said again, if you are on a budget, this is the best MacBook you are going to get. So again, around 8,500 Rand, this is what you can get, and this is good condition. If you want better, which I think is going to be close to new, you're going to pay close to 10,000. You could go for new Windows laptops, probably ranging in the i5 and the i3 processors, which are arguably going to be faster than this. Then if your budget is around there, then go for it. But if you really have to have a MacBook in that price range, this is what you can get now on the used market. You're not going to get them new. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to give the video a like, and don't forget to share the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.